sanctioning a one-night tournament to determine an Alabama heavyweight champion. And one of the gentlemen entering that tournament is with me on Personality Profile today, the Tennessee stud, Ron Fuller. And Ron, of course, in recent weeks, the fans in and around the Birmingham area have become a bit acquainted with you as a professional wrestler, and we've discussed many of your victories, many of your regional titles around the country. And, of course, I followed your career throughout my time as a wrestler and as a commentator, and certainly I know that you're happy to blow your own horn, but I've got to say that I know that you are a top-caliber wrestler.
Well, you know, you said that the people have begun to take notice of me in Birmingham. It's actually a little more than that, Thatcher. The people in Birmingham and in Alabama have become thrilled with the idea of being able to see real wrestling talent in the ring. You know, this part of the country has for so long been dominated by so-called wrestlers, by rinky-dink, guys that are fat, guys that are skinny, guys that are out of shape, guys that have no experience, guys that didn't wrestle amateurs and have had very few professional matches, and those that they did have were against low-class, no competition. What they're about to see in this part of the country is the greatest wrestling that they have ever seen, because I know that several men that have already signed for this big Alabama tournament that's coming up for the Alabama Heavyweight Championship that are great competitors in their own right, that have won championship matches. All of these guys are good wrestlers, Thatcher. But there's one wrestler here now that's great, that has won every regional championship in the southern United States, and several of them outside the southern United States. The Missouri title, the Australian heavyweight champion, the Japanese. I'm one of the only Americans ever to win a Japanese championship. And, you know, you've got films here today. I'm going to take part of this program today. You know, I know we have scheduled films with me beating Kojo Yamamoto and Jerry Lawler and just several different people that maybe these people around Birmingham might remember, you know, because I've beaten all of them time after time after time. And, you know, actually for you people out there in television land, you're looking at what should be and what certainly will be the man that will win the World Heavyweight Championship from Hardy Race, your next World Heavyweight Champion.
Well, I may interrupt you for a moment. We have seen films of you winning the Florida heavyweight title from Buddy Colt. You're talking about Harley Race, the world champion. What we might mention to your fans is, if my memory serves me correctly, you have wrestled 4 different world champions, and you feel that you are the uncrowned world champion.
I've wrestled 4 different world champions and beaten all of them at one time or another. Several times I've beaten them in non-title matches, and a couple of times I've beaten them in championship matches. And, you know, I'm a very outgoing person, you know, not well-liked by some individuals. Some promoters think that I may be a little bit cocky or something. I don't understand it sometimes. But that's the reason that I am not the world champion now. They've been able to finagle things around and take that championship belt away from me even after I'd won it in championship matches. But it's just a matter of time, Thatcher, until I eventually get that belt around my waist, and then I won't be vying for regional titles anymore. Then I'll be wrestling all over the world where I should be right this minute.
You did mention that we had a film.
Yeah, but I'm not interested. I'm talking, if you don't mind. I want to tell these people about the reason that, you know, these films that I have here, I have films of me beating practically every talent in the United States and throughout the world. Because I have beaten all these people. It's a fact that you know, Thatcher, and it's a fact that I'm very proud of, because I work out all the time and I train all the time. I'm from a family that has 14 wrestlers in it. All of them were losers, except for me, because I'm the only one with the proper attitude.
Let me interrupt you just a moment once again, if you don't mind. You mentioned a family of 14 wrestlers, and of course, this is something that you and I have been unable to discuss in recent weeks, and I'm curious as to why. But you have a younger brother who is certainly a top-flight professional wrestler in his own right.
I have a younger brother, but I prefer not to talk about it. This profile is about me, is it not? I prefer not to talk about it. I want these people to understand that this isn't my younger brother, and this isn't all the other people that's wrestled in my family. This is the king. This is the greatest. This is the man that will be your next Alabama heavyweight champion and your next world heavyweight champion.
Well, Ron, we've talked about the film. You have kept interrupting and wanting to talk about something else, talk about yourself, which is fine. That's what you're on profile for. But if you've noticed, we have another chair on the set today.
Yeah, I think this is your life, right? You're going to bring out some of the people that I've beaten in the past. That's a great idea, really. It's a great idea.
It could be like this is your life because the gentleman I'd like to invite out now has entered the one-night tournament for the Alabama State Heavyweight title, and he's a gentleman that you know rather well. I know him well myself, but I would say next to his father, you probably know him better than anyone, next to brother Robert. Robert, would you join us on the set for Personality Profile? Robert Fuller, ladies and gentlemen, the younger brother of Ron Fuller, the Tennessee stud.
But what are you doing here?
Well, he's in the Alabama State Heavyweight Championship tournament. His entry is just...
You're in Oklahoma, man. What are you doing out here? No, I'm right here, and I'm going to be wrestling in the tournament just like you are. I've wrestled in this area more than you have. The people out there know me a lot better, and it's probably a good thing because you've been sitting out here doing a lot of mouthing off and talking about yourself when there's a big tournament and a lot of people involved in it, and I'm going to be one of them, brother. Well, let me just explain something. This is completely, you got no business, first of all, bringing somebody out here. I'm not prepared to sit here and talk with him. Secondly, if my brother is going to be wrestling, if he's going to be wrestling in the southeastern United States, then I'm not going to be wrestling here myself. Don Curtis can tear up my contract, and you people in this part of the country won't be seeing me anymore. You won't be seeing the stud anymore. I'm
good news. Your prerogative. Ron Fuller,
I don't think anybody missed his films in the first place.
Robert, I can't get an answer out of your brother, but I've known the family as a wrestler and as a commentator for some 20 years, and I know your father has trained you both, taught you both values, how to be a good sport, how to be a good athlete, and he's taught you to wrestle as a unit. Yet, as the fans can very well see here on their own, there is a lot of disharmony between Ron and Robert Fuller. Would you like to explain that?
Well, I can't really explain all of it because it goes pretty deep, and it goes very, very personal between Ron and myself. But I can just tell you about things back years ago. My brother and I growing up, my brother's 6'9", I'm 6'4" myself, but when you're looking up 5 inches up, you're looking up into his nasty-looking face out in the field when you're working in 90-degree weather or something and having your arguments like we did growing up, then you know exactly right there how the people must feel and listening to his mouth and listening to him sit out here and talk about how wonderful he is. That's our basic problem, that all my life I've sat around, when I listen to Ron talk, I listen to him talk about how wonderful he was. See, and I grew up with Ron, so I ought to know better than anybody else how wonderful he is. And I can tell you, Ron, because you're out and you might as well be listening to me as just sitting and walking off or going someplace else, son. You're going to have to wrestle in this area and look at me. You're going to have to tolerate it because I'm going to be here.
Just think of the question, you've answered part of it, but your brother says he will not wrestle in the tournament if you do. I don't plan to step down. What do you think will happen to me?
Well, I don't care whether he wrestles in the tournament or not. I don't think the people of Alabama care. I'm going to be here, and I don't care if he is or not.
So our profiles turned out to be on Ron and Robert Fuller, and that's it for today.